Hello, everyone. Here's Maria Carmen one more time, and today I brought an amazing guest. That's Mercy. How are you doing today?
I am very well, Maria. It's always such a pleasure to just meet up with you and just talk. You are another amazing human being, Maria. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Mercy. And I'm always curious about the projects you are involved. Would you like to tell some of the projects you are involved in Cardano for my subscribers that never saw anything about Wada or never saw you on camera?
Okay, so WADA, as you said, stands for West Africa Decentralized Alliance. So basically, our mission is to connect developers and entrepreneurs in Africa and in the diaspora to Cardano and to distributed ledger technology in general. So it's just to to open up this new technology that we're experiencing in the form of blockchain and make sure that it gets into some of the disadvantaged areas in the world. So basically, that is WADA.
Oh, connecting is something I really, really love. The community is huge, and it seems to me that we all connect to the right people, to the right projects. Do you have one country where you work on, or you are in more countries? Do you have partners? How is this part of your project?
So WADA right now, we are active on the ground in Africa. So we are active in Ivory Coast, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, as well as in DRC. And we are expanding very quickly into Senegal, to Sudan, to Southern Africa as well. So we are sort of taking Africa by storm, day in and day out. We get contacts where people that have heard about Cardano and they know that Cardano is very Africa focused. They just want to figure out, if they can do something, if we can partner with them, if we can sort of hold their hand. So yeah, we are doing quite a few stuff on the ground. In addition, the diaspora community is very important to WADA. I myself, I'm a diasporan, more or less. And we are making some great inroads. People who were, whether they were born on the continent or, like historically, have ties to Africa, but they are now outside of Africa. We are beginning to connect with those as well.
I see. It's the same thing happened to me. People know that I'm Brazilian, and more Brazilian, not only in Brazil, but around the world, that are calling me and getting DMs and asking how to participate. And I think Catalyst is an amazing way to get involved. Obviously, you can get involved by the ambassador program if you want, but you also can contribute to the community. Being part of Catalyst, you see Vitor, you see
Mhm,
Rodrigo, amazing
mhm.
people doing
Roberto?
loads of stuff, and my DMs are very full. I can't answer people at the same day anymore, but I make sure I answer everybody. And I think it's the same for you because I am in one country and you are in many. Tell me, how do you manage your schedule? How you manage this life being busy? Because I'm very busy. How do you manage that? Do you have a team? Tell me more about your team.
And so that's a great point in terms of managing people reaching out. So in WADA right now, we have a core team, sort of, I would say, the overarching team. And there is 5 of us right now. So myself, Josh, Sydney, Megan, and Manfo. So when we get, these emails, they come into a team account, and any of us that is quick to get that, would respond to it. So that's as I said, at the core or overarching level. On the ground, we have teams as well. So like in Ghana, we have a country lead, and she would address some of the issues that are pertinent to Ghana. In Cameroon, we have Megan Emanfo, and she would, they would address, those issues. In DRC, we have Jonti, So that's how we're doing it. But we're actually looking forward to one of the things that we're looking to do is, to make things a bit more automated, whereby we can create a platform where it doesn't depend on me being available or me being too busy or maybe George being too busy or Sydney. Like we have this platform, anybody can plug in, they can find the information that they need. There's somebody that they can connect to, and everything is sort of seamless. So that's what we are trying to build right now, that sort of automated platform for connection.
I'm over the moon talking to you because I know how Africa needs Cardano, and I know how it's needs change, and I know you're bringing it in with your team. You're like, oh, little creatures come around and provide some change. What is Let's think about, we know we get funded by the treasure, but let's
Mhm.
think about if ADA hits $10. Do you have in your mind what you're gonna be able to do? Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I myself,
um,
I have ADA. I started buying very late 2017.
mhm,
And I been buying since. I stopped, I think, in 2020 when Wada, took off the ground because a lot of the extra money that we had sort of went into Wada. But first of all, I'll be very rich if we had ADA at $10. Um, but to tell you the truth, Maria, I can't even imagine, how that could look like, because I know that that will have a lot of advantages. Um, I'm not sure if there could be disadvantages with that. My mind is always going, okay, this would be really good, but what's the downside? So I think that many people in the community would be very happy. I think that either at $10, and it's not the money, right, Maria? It's not the money. It's the validation that we have. There's so much use case, and people believe it so much in ADA and what it can do, that they are willing to pay $10 for one ADA. So yeah, I think that's how I want to look at it.
oh, Mercy, well, amazing. Is anything there that you brought with you from Fund 1? Because we are going to vote Fund 5. We're going to talk about your
Hmm.
proposal in a few minutes. Don't worry, I
Okay.
didn't forget about it. But is anything
Okay.
like that you learned from Fund 1, for Fund 2 as you go along? Because I think it's a kind of wisdom that we built being there in this community. I mean, this part of Cardano community that is Catalyst.
Absolutely. So I got to know you in Fund 1, and I was intrigued. I was like, who is this? Like I saw your passion, even the very first meeting, and the fact that you were talking about education, and there was just something so very attractive about you. It was, and I think that at that time, I think because you were an ambassador, I'd seen you around, and well, as you know, a lot has happened. There's been a lot of water under the bridge.
Hmm.
You were very blessed to get, like, your proposal. It won in Fund 1 as well as in Fund 2, even though in Fund 1 there wasn't any money attached to it. For me, what Catalyst has been is just the community, first of all. Catalyst just attracted, when the announcement went out, I think it was mostly the builders in the community who jumped at it. I saw the announcement, I jumped at it because I already had something that I was, that we're thinking about, and we're able to put it out there. So it's just the quality of people that I was, able to meet in Fund 1. People like you, like DC, like James, like Boone, like
Tevo,
yeah,
Andre.
right. So it's just great people. And then Fund 2, I was expecting to get funding, and we didn't get funding. Fund 3 as well, we didn't get funding. So apart from the community, it is just that it builds character. I mean, Catalyst is such that you need to be able to formulate your proposal,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to be able to sell it, and you need to be able to get up and keep going when you don't get funded, right? To be able to just, just keeping on, just keep doing it.
Right.
And for me, I think that has been one of the two biggest things in terms of being involved with Catalyst. And obviously, learning about all the other the other proposals and the projects that people are building, right? There are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
builders in this community, and it's amazing.
Yeah, but I really, from the bottom of my heart, I am very grateful because you keep come back from one, from two, from three, from four. You keep it come back. I love a fighter, and I love that you have this fighter, and you also have in your own way, you have your passion. And people all around the community, they talk about it. They talk about us. We are the women in the ground doing the work,
Mm,
Mercy.
mm, 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 mm. I hesitate sometimes to, think of myself alone, sort of as the fighter. I know that you work in a team, and you know the value of team members, because I remember that after Fund 2, when we didn't get funding, for me, what has been such a great thing is just the network, like ABCD, Joshua Akpan, like the encouragement, like it's like, Mercy, we'll get this done, we'll do this. And Josh and Megan and Manfo and Sydney, in Wada, we believe that we add to multiply, and every time that we had got more people being added to the network, it just, like it gives us one more, weapon to sort of, to fight with, so to speak, in terms of being a fighter. So I don't look at myself as a fighter. I think that is Wada that is a fighter, like Wada just keeps, it's on its own sort of momentum, and all these people pushing it and making it happen.
Whatever, you deserve it. You deserve it. You don't like to take the compliment, but you deserve it. I give you the badge of a warrior.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We
But
accept. Thank you.
I think the community is blessed to have you. But let's talk about your proposal in Fund 5. What's the name of your proposal?
So we have a few proposals in each of the categories: in community challenge, in metadata, in developer ecosystem, and even in I think there's one more that I don't remember. But our main central proposal is in Grow Africa, Grow Cardano category, and it's
Hmm.
called Planting Roots in Africa.
Nice.
It's a big budget proposal. In WADA, we've always believed to make space for others, but we also saw that we really need to make sure that this proposal happens. So what we did was that, in terms of all the people that were contacting us, we just sort of put everything together into this one proposal. And one of the focusing things that we've been doing is just, like we talk about connecting devs, we talk about connecting entrepreneurs, but we realize that like on the ground, we have to do something physical, and that is the hubs that we have been setting up. And we want to scale that, we want to keep doing that. So that is what we have under Planting Roots in Africa. And basically, it is just to give access in terms of, Maria, you would know, in some of the countries that we come from, electricity is a problem, internet is a problem. So we just want to create that space where electricity is not a problem and internet is not a problem, and people can come and, they can get on computers or on laptops, and they can start, talking to people and learning and, beginning to develop solutions to some of the ideas that they have.
I got I got a lot of questions about
Okay.
how Cardano will empower people,
Mm-hmm.
because if the people in Africa are not connected, how you connect them? But
Mm-hmm.
also we have now World Mobile that's going to
Mm-hmm.
expand some the reach of internet. But tell me, how do you, when you say hub, I would like you to expand a little bit in this idea, because you say, oh, we're going to solve the problem of internet. No, we're going to solve the problem of electricity. If you could elaborate, because people sometimes they don't go to idea scale to read your proposal, but I will
Mm-hmm.
leave in the link so they could read. But if you could explain a little bit, like the hub does that, does this, we're gonna have few hubs in these countries like that, so we can
Okay.
understand better.
Sure. So the countries that we've listed in that proposal is in Senegal, in Ivory Coast, in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Cameroon, and in DRC. And what we're going to do, so we're going to have WADA specific hubs to start with. Let's
Hmm.
start, right? And what we're going to do, so we create we get a rental space, and then we make sure that either through a generator or solar power, we make sure that there is consistent electricity. So, like like there isn't an issue of, oh, it's raining, so there is, the lights went off. So that's not an issue anymore. We make sure that we're able to pay for good quality internet, so that people can actually, right now it's very difficult for us to, if sometimes even when we're having meetings, it is just a headache. So at least to be able to say, okay, this is the space, let's start, go there, and then let's start even just talking, right? And then the three focus of WADA is infrastructure. So that's just creating that space and the access. And then secondly, our big thing is education. So when it comes to education, we are accessing the materials. So when people are able to come to these hubs, what they are doing is that, whether it's the Cardano Foundation developer portal, or whatever. Right now we're doing some curriculum development, and we are sort of getting stuff together, and whatever is not there, we are sort of plugging in the gaps, and we are just going to take people systematically through education, because once you start educating people, what happens is that they begin to, oh, okay, the light bulb goes off, and they're able to link their problems to whatever they are learning, and they're like, oh, okay, maybe we can do this. And because like these hubs are going to have not just one or two people, we are figuring out a way to bring in a lot of young people, like in Africa. I think that's one of the great things that we have in terms of the young population. People are willing to find out, to learn. We are working with universities as well at this point. So they come, and then they talk, and then they start building. Um, the other thing too that we're doing, one of the third pillars of WADA is just creating dApps. So, we are education, infrastructure, dApp creation. So they come together, and then they start sort of creating the dApps, and, the solutions that we all talk about. Right now, there's a lot of building that is going on on the Cardano blockchain. We just want to make sure that whatever can be borrowed is borrowed, but also if there is need for a solution that is targeted to the local community, they
Hmm.
themselves develop those solutions. So that's how we're looking at it as at this point.
Hmm.
And of course, as you said, we also wait for the big picture solutions like World Mobile, like Starlink. We are, fiber optics. A lot of those things are coming, but we feel like we have to start somewhere. And instead of just waiting and waiting and waiting, let's just start somewhere and build up from there.
Yeah. So if you are watching this episode and if you are a proposal, if you want to come to my channel, just reach out to me. The other thing I want to explain, make it's more clear to the people. Hubs
Mhm.
like is like a community center in your neighborhood in the city that you live. And then you go to this hub and people are there working in ideas and it's
Yeah.
everything powered by Cardano. When we say about being financial by treasure, the treasure will be financed these centers. And
Mhm.
as Mercy said, there will be internet for people that don't have internet at all. There are going to be more reliable source of energy because people doesn't have energy everywhere. I know I have a friends and sometimes I go to places in the planet that I don't have internet or sometimes the connection, and things happen. And I'm very, very happy that you touch bases in the education part of it. I'm an educator. I'm very big and I love what you're doing. And I hope we'll go to some of this place with you someday to
We
take
will. We
pictures
will.
and to tell the world what you're doing because it's amazing. Like nobody called us here. Didn't anybody invite you here? I came here, said, let's see what I can do. How can I contribute to Cardano? And now I am over 3 channels in the community. I have been funded by the treasure. You have been funded by the treasure, and we are go out in the world doing good.
Exactly, exactly. And it's, I think that as of now, when you look in the blockchain space, I think it's only Cardano that does that, right? Where the community, you just come in, you pick your shovel, and then, like just build, just do your thing. I do at this point, in as much as we are very, very grateful to the Treasury for funding WADA. I do want to say a big, big thank you and to acknowledge the Cardano community because in Fund 3, when we didn't get funding, there's a guy called Gary and Rick. They actually sort of helped us, they led a campaign and then we actually did get, it was contribution from the Cardano community. So I do want to acknowledge that. So yeah, so they sort of gave us the first shot, and then thankfully Fund 4, we've got some additional funding as well, and we are
Mhm.
looking forward to Fund 5 and beyond.
I know. I really, really wish you to get funded because the area and the planet you are working, nobody's working there. Imagine the transformation, the change, the empowerment, everything you're going to do when you go to this region. Tell me, do you have a number of your team now? Many people are working with you. Do you have a number of people in certain countries? How many are you that are doing this amazing work? Because I know you're working already. You're doing loads of stuff. We are just not seeing it because maybe we can film or make videos about everything, but I know you are working.
So in Ivory Coast right now, we have 2 people, Malik Kone and Adelph. So they are the university, and what they've been doing is just talking to university students. And the last time that they did, they did sort of a presentation. About 70 students, they got them all to open Euro wallets, and they put a few ADA in each of those wallets. In Ghana, the team is around, I think it's 5 people, that, like we compensate on a month by month basis. In Nigeria, we are partnering with ABCD. Plus, we have 1 person that is setting up a Wada hub right now. He's doing a Haskell course, and like he's going to go places. His name is Osh. And then in Cameroon, as you know, we have Megan and Manfo, and they have a team there. I think they have a team of about 3 or 4 in Cameroon. And then in DRC, in fact, what we have in DRC, in addition to Jonti, who is sort of the lead, is that we are it's a partnership with an IT. It's sort of an IT company, so it's already a team and WADA is partnering with them to, implement. And what we're doing, sort of even in Ghana and in Cameroon, is we will form the WADA own hubs, and as it establishes, we form some of these connections with these IT companies. They're already doing stuff, and then we sort of open their world a little bit to blockchain, and then we include them in our educational offerings, and sort of get them to start not only building centralized apps, but also to start building some of these decentralized apps as well.
I brought this question up because we are generating jobs. I don't generate job in my
Exactly.
proposal because this is
Mm,
small, was just $12,000 for me,
mm,
Shweta, and Keith. But you are generating jobs already. You bring these people in, and it's what is the
mhm,
amazing. It's make Cardano amazing is to bring people not only from IT, from all
mm,
spectrum of life together to work in this project. It's what's amazed me. I was welcome here without thinking, I didn't know any to code any line, but I'm contributing. I'm here with you. I'm showing all this amazing project, and it's what blows my mind. I don't think I would be welcome like that, or you would be welcome like that in any other crypto community. What do you think?
I absolutely agree. So in Fund 4, one of the projects that we got funding for was in the category of proposal outreach. And we're actually having a summer event coming up in towards the end of August. We're just going to get a whole bunch of entrepreneurs together. We talk to them about blockchain. So it's going to be a 2-day event. First day, we talk to them about blockchain. And then the second day, we actually talk to them more about catalysts and tell them that, you know what, like if you have some ideas, this is the way to go, sort of put them into the catalyst pipeline. And we actually did put in another proposal as well in Fund 5 for that. But what I'm trying to say, Maria, is just to add to what you're saying, it's not just even the people that are sort of working with Wada and we're able to compensate, but it's also all these other, whether they are devs or whether they are business people, for them to be able to know that, oh, there's another way, there's another way in terms of building on a blockchain or looking at even the options that blockchain offers, right? Just to
Hmm.
start to get people to start thinking.
Yeah. You like everything that you say is like music to my ears because it's all connected to education.
Thanks.
Doesn't matter if you're educating a dev, doesn't matter if you're educating a normal person, doesn't matter if you're educating a kid. It's all education and we need it badly. But anyway, I'm very happy to have you here with me. Would you like to address anyone in the community today?
Yeah, as you know, it's always about community, community, community for me. I just appreciate the Cardano community. Of course, all the beautiful people in IOG and what they are building. It's the Cardano protocol that has brought us all. It's just that, that high quality protocol that we all know can do amazing things. That is what has brought the community. Obviously, whatever the Cardano Foundation is doing, it was great that we saw their strategy. We are happy to work with them as is possible. And yeah, we are excited to be here. I think, and of course, how can I leave out the WADA team? Every single one of them is just amazing. And even those within the Cardano community, they have ideas, they come, they throw their ideas at us, and we really, really appreciate that. They want to work for free, and we really appreciate that. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Maria.
Merci. Well, very, very welcome. And if you have any update, if you want to come to my channel again, just reach me out. It
Thank
was a
you.
pleasure to have you. Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye.